Hi everyone, welcome back to our online classes. This is our last class for the summer term and potentially the last class hopefully until we get back together for our live classes. So I hope you've been enjoying them and you've been enjoying the hand weights this term. I thought it would be good to finish with a hand weight, bit of high energy athletic flow. To get our upper body working, warming up our lower body, so challenging our core in some more functional movements. Okay, so all you're going to need are your hand weights today. So take a stand on your mat and we're going to start with warming up our ankles, our base of support through our feet, and we're just going to come up feet distance apart, lengthen through the crown of the head, and we're going to lift up onto our tiptoes. So heel raise, up, and then down, and up, and then down. We're going to add the arms, palms facing in, and we keep the elbows bent, and then down, up, and then down, and come up, so elbows are in line with the shoulders, and we're going to add some coordination, so keeping the heels up as we bring the arms out, back, and then lower with the arms, so up, out, in and lower, up, out, in and lower, in and lower. 3 more. Out, in and lower. So as you lower, you're decelerating, getting that control through the ankle. Last one. Okay, now palms are facing up. Next one, and we reach out like we're offering. So lengthen through the collarbones, and we hold it, keep the heels up, out, in and lower. Slightly our longer levers through our arms, warming up our shoulders. Up, in and lower. 2 more. Out, in and lower. Up, out, in and lower. Okay, working our way up to our hips. And we're going to come onto our left leg, bring our right leg out. And we're going to hold it here and pulse for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, flex the ankle, 7, 8, 9, 10, hold it there, and the arms come forward, slightly bend the elbows, as the right leg points forward, so point the toe, and we're going to float the arm up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, standing tall, hugging that midline, and 2, and 1. Lower down, shift your weight onto the right leg, and part the arms out. As you stabilize, standing nice and tall, grounding through the heel, and we pulse, flex the ankle, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bring it back, don't touch the floor if you can, point the toe, elbows bent, and float, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. Lovely. Feet now wider than hips, knees and feet at 10 to 2. And we're going to come into our wide squat. The arms reach out as we sink down. So we inhale and exhale, squeeze the glutes to lengthen to the top. We inhale, keep our spine long and reach up. Inhale, like you're sliding down a wall. Good, and 4. Just sinking into the hips, opening through the front of the hips. It's nice opening through the front of the body. And last one. Good. Okay, we're now going to bring our legs into a lunge position. So we're going to sink back onto our left leg and we're going to dip down. So just make sure that back leg is long. And as we bend down, we're reaching and then pull back. We reach forwards and pull back. And we drop and lift. If you're feeling a bit wobbly, just widen your stance. Pause it there and bring the arms out and then in and out as you lower and in. In, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Good, back to the center and facing the other way. Just reaching that back leg long and we dip down, reach up and then lengthen up. Arms strong and 4 and 5, really engaging that glute as you stand tall. And 3 and 2 and 1. Arms out and in, out and in, out and out. And 2 and 1. Back to the center. And knees now together. We're going to do a dip, and as you come to standing, reach in and reach in and out. A little bit more dynamic. Keeping the movement through the arms, through the legs, standing tall. And 3, 2, 1. And other side. Reach. Really flexing through the ankle, feeling those hip abductors, both sides. Probably feeling that right side, feeling a little shaky. And 2 and 1 and back to the center. Back into a wide stance. We're now coming back into our open wide squat as we're going to bend the elbows and come into our offering position as we sink and draw the elbows in and lengthen to stand. So imagine you're sliding down a pole and then drawing back up. 2 more. Now open and up to the ceiling, down and up. Inhale, exhale. A little bit harder work coming above the heart. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Bicep curls. In and out. Keep those elbows high, pulling in and lengthening. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And lower. Last one. Okay, working the upper body and stabilizing through the lower body. We're going to come back into our lunge position. So the left leg is long, lengthened through the front. So make sure the pelvis is facing forwards. I'm going to lean into this so you're in line with the body, the body is in line with the back leg. Okay, so we're going to come into our row. So activating our shoulder blade stabilizers, working our t-shirt muscles. So we reach and we pull, squeezing our shoulder blades together. So as we're focusing on keeping a nice strong stance, the collarbones are wide and the shoulders are away from the ears, pulling back. And 3, and 2, and 1. Come back into standing. Standing tall. Stay in that lunge position. Coming into our bicep curls, bend and stand. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And then come back into that leaning position, so you're inverted there. And we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together, keeping the arms long for this one, for our shoulder extension, or like our dart. And we're going to pull, really reaching our fingers away from the ears, and then lower, and pull. So shoulder blades stay squeezed together. Keep engaging through the core. The core is always active. Maintaining our posture. Good, this is a killer. 4, 3, feeling that glute. Burn. 2, and 1. Whew. Step 2. Okay, reaching that right leg back. Just make sure there's enough space so you're not too wobbly. So level the pelvis, lengthen through the back right leg, and leaning forward. So leaning into it, really feeling that glute kick in on the left side. So let's start with our rows and pull. Pull. If you're not really feeling much work, just lean a little bit forwards so you're using more gravity as your resistance. That standing, supporting leg is working hard. And 2, and 1. Come into upright. In for bicep curls, drop and up. and drop. You go as low as you feel you can control. This left side has been working hard, so you might feel a little bit more shaky on this side. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back into our inverted position, leaning forward for shoulder extension. Squeeze those shoulder blades, engage the glute. Last one, pull, 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 core engaged, pull. Four, 3, 2, and 1. And step 2. Okay, well done. You'll be pleased to know that's all of the upper body work in a standing position. Come onto your knees now, into high kneeling. Any anterior knee problems, just pop a cushion underneath your knees. Coming into our eccentric quads. So remember, the hinge, the pivot point is our knee joint, okay? The thighs and the body stay lengthened and straight. Okay, so engage the abdominals, lengthen through the tailbone, and we're going to hinge back. Just get that feeling for hinging from the knee. As you hinge, use the weights to counter balance. Palms facing in, and let's pull back and in, reach and down. So reach the arms, palms are up, sorry for this, and bicep curls. I've gone straight into bicep curls. And bend. And stand. In and reach and pull. 2 more. Reach and down. And as we are going to do, let's reach up, lengthen through the spine and down. Shoulders up, shoulders. Try not to sink back into it. The tendency is to let the hips drop back. Really focusing on keeping your tailbone long. So tucking in the tailbone, keeping in that posterior tilt. And 2 more. Up and down. Okay, lovely. Let's now come down onto your mat into, can you see me? I might just lower. So reach your, there we go. So reach your hand weights out in front of you. And we're going to use the hand weights, as we have done before, to assist us with mobilizing into extension, okay? So hand weights underneath the heel of your hand. Just rock from side to side, just loosen any tension in your lower back. Relax the legs. And as we inhale, we sink our shoulders away from the ears and draw the weights towards us, as if we're looking at a ball that's rolling out in front of us and beyond us, and opening through the chest, and then lowering down. You might want to have your hands a little bit wider than shoulder width. We inhale, so we draw the shoulders, shoulder blades down towards the back pockets, and we reach, we lengthen, feeling that lovely stretch through the upper spine. 3 more. Using the weights, strong arms, lengthening through the crown of the head. And sink, widen through the collarbones, and lengthen, opening through the chest. And 1 more. And lower all the way down. Bring your arms now behind, hands behind your back, and face towards me. I'm going to come into double leg kick. So we keep the ankles flexed, so we're going to kick and pulse for 3. As we kick, we're really trying to kick like you're trying to kick the heel to the buttock. 1, 2, 3. And as you lengthen the legs, you point the arms and you reach up through. You might want to lace your hands and then lower down to face the opposite way. So we kick, 1, 2, 3, and stretch and lengthen. So you're lifting the chest and then lower to face the other way. We flex 2, 3, and point and stretch the body, lifting away from the mat and lower. And flex 1, 2, 3, and point and stretch and lower. 1 more, and 1, 2, 3, and flex and then lower. And now hands underneath your shoulders, and we're going to come up into a child's pose, just stretching out through the lats, through the back, and come to lie now down onto your mat. Okay, so we're going to do some work now with our hip stabilizers. Now we're going to start with actually your adductors, often an overlooked muscle group, very important for your stability, to your pelvis and your lower back, very closely connected with your pelvic floor. So to start off, we're going to let that top leg come in front, okay? The bottom leg is straight and the ankle is flexed. So relaxing the head, and we lift one leg up. So we're just reaching and lowering, reaching, lower. So feeling that, you might feel your pelvic floor also wants to assist. And 3, 2, 1. Should we make it a little bit harder? How about if we have a slight weight? So you can point the toe. Just have that top leg now resting on the bottom leg, and then lift. 2. So we're lifting a weight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bending the lower leg now, coming into our circles. So we're going to circle with our heel. Imagine you're drawing an imaginary, imagine an imaginary circle, shooting a laser beam from your heel, almost drawing that heel back. Now you can make it a little bit more challenging by having that bottom leg straight. Challenges your balance. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Bending the knees. And for our clam, so stabilize the pelvis, stacking the hips, and thinking of drawing our knee up towards the ceiling from our back pocket. So place your hand on that back pocket area, that's where you're working. Glute med. It's not a big movement. Try and get that precision. If you're not feeling it, just tilt the top pelvis forwards a little bit. You should feel that kick in. Hold it there and pulse for 10 at the top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and lower down. Okay, let's come on to the other side now. But in between that, why don't we come into a half plank. Okay, so we are in a push-up position now, making sure your shoulders are over your hands for this one, so your knees, your thighs are slanted forwards. Okay, and we're going to push up, pull the abdominals in, widen through the collarbones, open through your fingers, so spread the hands wide. That will help connect through your shoulder girdle. And we're lowering the chest all the way down and then push. All the way down and then push. So really try to keep that control. All the way down. Lower. Touch the nose and then up. 5 more. Up. Hopefully you can go somewhere on a holiday to show off your svelte upper body from this term's classes. And 2. And last one. And come on to the other side. How are we doing? No, we're fine for time. I'm determined to stick to time today. Maybe I can do it on the last class. Okay, top leg is in front, lower leg is straight. If that's uncomfortable for your hip, by the way, you can just put a cushion or something underneath this hip, underneath this knee. Okay, flexing the ankle, engaging the pelvic floor, and lift. Float, lifting the heel up to the ceiling. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's make it a little bit harder. Upper leg, not pressing down, but just resting the upper leg on that lower leg, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, feel that burn, 9 and 10, very good. Let's go straight into circles. If you can, keep the lower leg straight. You can even float it off the floor if you want more work throughout the body. That lower hip, thinking of drawing, tracing that circle each time. 2 and 1, change direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Bending the knees, hips stacked, making sure that top hip is forward enough. Hand on the buttock and lift from the back pocket. Slow and controlled. You should really feel this muscle right in that back pocket. You shouldn't be feeling the leg. If you are, just adjust your positioning. Might want the hips not quite so bent. And 4, 3, 2 and 1. Hold it at the top and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. And lower down. Okay, reaching for your weights now. We're going to come onto the mat. Knees bent, feet hip distance apart, and hands, place the hands on the, actually hold the weights to start with. We're going to inhale and exhale, imprint the lower back onto the mat, and we're going to lift up into a glute bridge. We're not rolling up, we're going to keep our pelvis in a posterior position and lower. And reach and then lower. As you lift up, we're reaching and then lowering. As you lift, we're lowering the arms and lower to lift the arms just past the shoulders. Up and lower. Keep the back flat. Up. And 2 and 1 and lower down. Now tilt the weights now on their ends, so you're now placing your hands on the top of the weights. So when you get the triceps working now, so pushing down the weights as we exhale to lift and down and up and down and up, really pushing down, focusing on your shoulder blades, feeling that connecting through the back. Lovely. And 2 and 1, hold it there. Engage on that left side, ground through the heel, bend and straight, bend and down, shift and lift, straighten and back, bend. So just get that feeling of stabilizing, letting the arms help you. Feeling all of the body come into this movement. And let's dip, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, bend and down, lower. Okay, exhale, imprint the spine and lift. Shift your weight onto the right, ground through the heel and up bend, down, up, bend, down. Push through the weights. 2 more. Last one. Hold it there and pulse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend and then lower, hugging your knees to your chest. And breathe. Just let the knees roll from side to side. Well done. And let's reach the arms long and open the arms. Actually, let's have, we haven't done a piriformis stretch in this position for a while. So reaching through the gap, and let's stretch out through the right glutes. Just relax the shoulders. Done a lot of work through the lower body today, a lot of great functional weight bearing exercises, integrating our arms and release and switch sides. And just let that stretch release through the hip. Relax the shoulders. And then release. Let your left leg go straight, reaching your right knee to your left hand, and stretch through the spine, trying to keep that right shoulder down, so twisting through the spine. And back to the center. Left knee to right hand, and stretch through the spine, opening through the chest. And back to the center. Hug your knee, come up into sitting. And you might want to have your legs in a cross-leg position. Let's just reach out to the side and stretch through the triceps. Slightly reaching over to the side, feeling that stretch through the side, and swap sides. And release. And float the arms out in front of you, lace the hands, and stretching, flexing through the spine like you're hugging a tree, stretching through the shoulder blades, looking down, and open, and stretching out. Rounding the shoulders, and change direction. And you're done for the term, guys. Well done. I hope you've enjoyed the class, and I hope to see you towards the end of the summer. Okay, I will send an email with how to subscribe to the classes if you wish over the summer holes. But have a lovely summer and take care. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.